Adventure time. Finn and Jake's adventures. Colorful, fun, innocent. At least, that's what it looks like. In reality, Finn is just a regular kid. Alone. No family. His only friend? His dog Jake. Then Jake died. Finn broke. He hurt himself, and he fell into a coma. In his coma, Finn's mind built a world, the land of Oo. Everything perfect, colorful, happy. Jake didn't die here. He's alive, talking, magical, because Finn's mind refused to let him go. But Oo isn't just an escape. Every character is a reflection of something from Finn's real life. Ice King, old, alone, chasing princesses. Finn's fear of abandonment. Princess Bubblegum, perfect, unreachable, someone Finn could never have. And the Lich is death itself. Finn is facing death in his coma, and his mind turned it into an enemy to defeat. The Mushroom War isn't a coincidence either. Oo is built on the ruins of a nuclear war. Finn's mind wrapped the chaos of the real world in a fairy tale. The strongest proof? Finn is the only human in Oo. A massive world, hundreds of characters, but just one human. Because in real life, Finn is completely alone. And in the world his mind created, no real humans either. Because real people never stayed with him. Adventure time isn't over. Finn is still in a coma, and every episode is just his story of trying to wake up. But that was only theory 1. The next one is darker. A cat and a goldfish who are brothers. Rainbow-colored dogs going to school. Nobody questions it. Nobody ever does. Because Elmore is a simulation. Different animation styles bleeding into each other. 2D, 3D, real-life footage, all in the same frame. This isn't a mistake. These are the seams of the code. Rob knows. He fell into the void and came back. He saw what Elmore really is. And nobody believes him. Remember the Signal episode? Everything broke. Characters froze, rewound, duplicated. They called it a glitch. I don't think so. The Void. Elmore's recycle bin. Broken characters, plot holes, deleted scenes. They all live there. Do you remember Molly? No, nobody does. She disappeared one day. Her friends forgot her. The code just deleted her. Now, the darkest part. Gumball knows, subconsciously, that he's in a TV show. In the Others episode, when the camera moves away, he panics, does everything to get back on screen. Because if the camera stops seeing him, he stops existing. Anais says it out loud in one episode. None of this is real. The smartest character. The only one who sees it. The creator was asked about these theories. I have my own theory, he said. I won't tell you. Because saying the answer out loud would break everything. Elmore isn't real, but for Gumball and Darwin, it is. And that's enough for them. Maybe that's what reality is, whatever you choose to believe. That was theory 2. The next one is even stranger. Phineas and Ferb. 2 brothers. Every summer day, they build something incredible. Phineas was bullied at school. Too smart, too different. Nobody wanted to be his friend. One day, it went too far, and Phineas was gone. Candace couldn't accept it, and her mind built a world. Phineas is still alive, here. But why did their mom never see anything? Because Dr. Doofenshmirtz is actually Candace's therapist, someone trying to help her heal. Perry the platypus is real, the only real thing, but Candace pulled him into her fantasy world too. 104 episodes, 104 summer days. Every episode, one more day Candace keeps her brother alive. In reality, the backyard is empty. Nothing there, just Candace's mind. Candace wants to show her mom, wants someone to believe her, because if someone believes, it becomes real. Candace watches them, always watches, because if she closes her eyes, they might disappear. Her mom only sees Candace, worried, wanting to help, but not knowing how. At night, Candace can't sleep. She looks at the photo, and tomorrow it starts again. Phineas and Ferb are slowly fading, but Candace never lets go. Never. These 104 days have no ending. Regular show. Mordecai and Rigby. Two friends working in a park. Every day, something supernatural happens. But before any of this, two young men working a late-night shift at a convenience store. They accidentally ate something laced with LSD, and Mordecai's trip never ended. Everything we see in regular show, it's all in Mordecai's head. No animals in the park, just people. But why does nobody seem surprised? Benson is a real human being. Mordecai just sees him as a gumball machine. Rigby is just an ordinary young man, too. Mordecai can't see his real face. But their friendship is real. Even the hallucination couldn't change that. At night, Mordecai comes back to reality. The world looks normal. But morning comes and it starts again. Pops? Just a strange old man. Through Mordecai's eyes, something else entirely. Everyone is ordinary. Everyone is normal. Only Mordecai sees things differently. And the strangest thing? Neither of them ever questions it. Because this is their reality. Every morning the same. Same park, same job, same friend. A broken mind lost in routine. Maybe the trip ended. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it doesn't matter. Reality is just whatever you choose to believe. And that is exactly what makes it terrifying. Gravity Falls, Dipper and Mabel, a summer vacation, and secrets hidden beneath a small town. Dipper in the forest every night a new cipher. Every night closer to a more dangerous truth. Inside the journal, there are real codes, solvable codes. And what they say is this: Bill Cipher is real. Bill Cipher is not just a cartoon character, an interdimensional being. And he wants to come here. But who invited him? Ford Pines. With his 6 fingers, his genius, his loneliness. He trusted Bill and lost everything. Bill has one goal: enter the real world. And he almost succeeded. Weirdmageddon happened. Gravity Falls became hell. Only one family sacrifice stopped him. Stan sacrificed everything, erased all his memories, destroyed himself to save his brother. But did Bill really leave? In the finale, Bill whispered one last thing, a resurrection spell, and the creator never denied it. Summer ended. Dipper and Mabel left. But the town is still there, and some things never ended. The journal is closed, but the knowledge inside is still dangerous. Secrets don't disappear when the book closes. Mystery Shack is empty, but that eye is still on the wall, watching, waiting. Reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Bye! Bikini Bottom. Talking sea creatures. Underwater houses, restaurants, school. Everything colorful and happy. But Bikini Bottom sits directly beneath a real place, Bikini Atoll, where the U.S. conducted nuclear tests. 23 nuclear bombs, some detonated underwater. And every explosion in the show matches those real blasts exactly. SpongeBob and his friends are nuclear radiation mutants, and that explains everything. But wait, there's something darker. Bikini Bottom has exactly one crab, Mr. Krabs, and he sells crab meat. No other crabs in the kitchen. What's inside a Krabby Patty? Nobody knows. And maybe it's better that way. Every main character represents one of the 7 deadly sins. SpongeBob isn't joy, he's pride. Squidward is disappointment. Same job every day, same neighbor, same dream. An artist who never made it. SpongeBob is always smiling. Always. But that smile is hiding too much. Same routine at the Krusty Krab every day. Cook, serve, smile. No questions asked. Patrick wants nothing, does nothing, and maybe he's happier than all of us. Plankton tries every day, fails every day, but never stops trying. Is that hope or madness? Nuclear radiation, 7 deadly sins, and the secret of the Krabby Patty. Despite all of it, we still watch. Scooby-Doo. A group of kids and a talking dog. Every week a new monster, and always the same ending. But look closer. These kids are never home. Always the same clothes, always the same van. Because the van is their home. Scooby-Doo started in 1969, right in the middle of one of America's biggest economic crises. Every place they visit is abandoned, closed, bankrupt. Amusement parks, hotels, museums, all destroyed. And who are the monsters? Every time, someone in a costume. Not a monster, just a desperate person. Former artist, unemployed businessman, owner of a closing store. All of them wanting the same thing, just to survive. These museums, restaurants, parks, all victims of economic crisis. And every episode adds one more. Where are the police? Never there. Budget cuts. Nobody's coming. Just these 5 kids. Velma figures it all out, every time. Because for those willing to see the truth, the clues are everywhere. Fred never stops, never gets tired, because stopping means leaving all these people behind. Daphne and Velma know everything, but they stay quiet, because sometimes not knowing is easier. At night, they talk in the van, then sleep. Morning brings a new town and new hope. The mystery machine keeps going, because there's no place to stop. Scooby-Doo isn't innocent. Every single monster, just someone desperately trying to survive. I've seen this or what? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Every episode a new monster, and Courage defeats them all. But Muriel never gets scared. Eustace never gets scared. Only Courage is afraid. Because Courage is just a normal dog, and we see everything through a dog's eyes. A mail carrier comes to the door. Normal person to a human, massive threat to Courage. Why don't his owners see it? Because Courage never goes outside. His owner is old, tired. She never takes him for walks. Eustace's mask, a cheap Halloween mask to a human. To Courage, death itself. Every stranger a threat, every sound a danger, because the unfamiliar is terrifying, especially for dogs. Muriel and Eustace never see the monsters, because they see normal people. Only Courage sees differently. And why does Courage face all of it? For Muriel. Only for Muriel. She loves him, and Courage knows that. The outside world is still unknown to Courage, still dangerous. But home is safe. The middle of nowhere isn't nowhere at all. It's just the only place a small dog has ever known. Courage isn't cowardly. He's a dog who never learned the world, and he faces everything for the one who loves him. 8 cartoons, 8 theories, none of them with an official answer. Once you know, you can't unknow it. Which one broke you the most? Drop it below.